Firefighters were still on the scene today of a multi-building fire that has devastated downtown Brandon, Manitoba. More than 150 people were forced to flee their burning apartment building. Austin Grabish spoke with some of the residents today to find out more about what happened yesterday and how they're coping.
The flames are out, but hot spots remain. This sprinkler on around the clock to make sure nothing else burns. A chimney is the only thing left standing from this Brandon landmark. The Christie's office building behind me was a historic part of this small city's downtown. Officials believe the fire started there, and then embers jumped onto this apartment building before then jumping even further onto a vacant nightclub and beer store. This family fled their apartment as it burned yesterday. Not that long ago, they fled a war zone to get to Canada.
We've been through lots coming from Syria and what we have to evacuate there, and now to go through the same thing evacuating here, it's been really tough on us, but we thank God that there isn't anybody get hurt or nobody get hurt.
They have no insurance like many of the families living in the apartment building run by community agencies. 93 adults and 57 kids were left homeless and are now registered with the Red Cross as evacuees. Justin Verinder is one of them. The father of two couldn't believe what he was seeing.
I didn't want my kids to see that, but all of a sudden there's like a huge explosion in the sky, and there's firefighters, and like a Manitoba Hydro guy was like speeding down the street, and you could tell something was wrong.
Stories like his have touched so many in Brandon. Within hours of putting out a call for clothing donations, volunteers couldn't take it anymore.
It's been amazing, but at the same time, this is Brandon, and I sort of suspected this is exactly what would happen, is people would just respond.
Fire crews had to be called in from several neighboring Manitoba communities.
We do have a lot of very tired firefighters.
Evacuees are staying in a hotel for now, and finding new homes won't be easy. The vacancy rate here is low, and the mayor admits that will be a challenge. Austin Grabish, CBC News, Brandon.
And residents in the city didn't only lose homes and businesses in those buildings, they lost some history too. The building where the fire started was home to Christie's since 1943, and the office supply retailer was one of Brandon's first businesses, founded in 1881, a year before the city was incorporated. As for Massey Manor, it was built in 1913 as an industrial warehouse, once used as military barracks during the First World War, and in the past decade converted into residential apartments.